Welcome back, Magical Makers. My name is Tiffany, and if you are new here, this is Flow Finder Lab, where creativity and strategy meet in a magical way. So today we're going to jump right back into where we left off at, which was the basics. We got our brand name, we set up an email account, and we set up all of our social media accounts. And that was it. We don't have any images up there, we have no bios or anything like that. So that's where we're going to start it today. And again, this is just the basics of everything. If you want to dive deeper and get into all the different aspects of targeting your audience, building digital products, or anything like that, check out Magical Makers Academy in the description box below. All right, so let's get right to it. What I did before I got on here was to set things up, and that was I did a prompt on ChatGPT, and it's a pretty extensive prompt that I put in there. But I wanted to give them some information about my brand. I had a second to think about where I want this direction to go. And if you join me in the first video, you know that this just came off the top of my head. I used Chat GPT to kind of give me a little bit of a brand name, and then I had to check it and I tweaked it. And this is what I came up with, which was Vibe Pix Studio. So that's what I'm going to use also as the example in the Magical Makers Academy. So we're starting from the basics, like I said. This is the prompt. You can pause it and read it if you would like, but this is just something that I came up with to give the AI some information about my brand, what I'm going to be using it for, what is it about, so it can get some context. And also I tell it to act as a business advisor, content creator, marketer, as they give me this. There's some other terms and things I can use. Those are some prompts that are going to be in the Makers Academy as well. But this is what it gave me. I wasn't too happy about it. That is not a bio for Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. That's very, very long. I mean, some good stuff, but it's way too long. So then I just said make it shorter for Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And then it gave me some shorter ones. And then I said try again because I wanted something else. And so it gave me these. I took a bit from each one of those that it gave me, and I just have that as some places to start. So I don't take the first thing it gives me. I'll ask it another question. I'll add some more in there. I'll say use this as an example and give me 3 other ones or something like that. So those are just some ways you can use AI to help you come up with some ideas and to craft things a bit better than trying to come up with it off the top of your head. So sometimes I'll even set a timer for myself for things like this because I can overthink things, and I'm sure a lot of us have that issue, and it just takes too long. So I just keep it simple. Let's set a 5-minute timer, 10-minute max, and say within 10 minutes, I'm going to have a bio, and I'm just going to go with whatever the best one that I get. And so I take all those, and as you can see in my notes right here, I put some of the top ones that I liked in here. And what I would do is I would just go through and piece together something from all of these. I'm just keeping all of these as reference for myself, but yeah, I will just go through and pick, from these and craft something myself from that. But it just gave me a starting point, narrows it down, and that's it. So timer hasn't went off yet. I'm going to just start to chop this up and craft something myself. But for right now, I am just going to take one of these and just use that for now. I can always edit it later. And as you can see from my notes section, I kind of cleaned it up a bit, added some more of these links. Any of the links that I'm using in these videos, I'm going to try and keep track of it so that if any of you all need any of this information, I have it for you. I will also try to link it in the description box below as well. And so you can see that I also put my links for my profile pages here, because sometimes when you go to certain websites to sign up for things or you want to link to certain things, you don't have it all in one place. Like I said, the whole point in strategies is to use the best ones. And also from the Magical Makers Academy, you're going to know that I'm all about automation and workflow and doing it in the best possible way so that it can flow and you can be consistent so that it's sustainable. Because otherwise it's overwhelm, it's confusion, it's like just too much going on. So this is keeping it clean and concise. And that's what I'm all about. And that's what we do here in Flow Finder Lab. So I keep it all here. I go ahead and do it in the moment so that I don't have to keep going back and figuring it out. I just paste it all here. I did not show you all, but I did set up a TikTok account. It was very simple and easy to do, so I do have that up now. And like I said, I have my bios ready. So the next thing after I have my bio is to create my profile photo and a banner for my profiles as well. So I got the bios and stuff. I use this to help me out. I could also use this and say, let's go, because we need some colors as well. What are the best colors for a brand like mine? I could, make that prompt a bit better, but I'm just going to go simple and just see what it says. Um, Soft pastels, warm tones, nature-inspired colors, gradients. See, it's starting to do too much for me. I could say just give me 3 things or something like that. Um, I do like gradients. That's a cool thing, and I do see that a lot nowadays. But I do like the gradient. I like nature-inspired colors, so earth tones. Um, yeah, okay. So this is giving me some direction. It's in pink, blue, green, peach, coral, gold, greens, blue, yellow, um, beige, gray, taupe, or taupe. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all can read it. um, but I'm seeing like beige. Okay, like a brown, blue, uh, pink, coralish. So I think the nature inspired colors, but also gradient is nice too. So anyway, that can give you some inspiration. I could even say, hey, give me the what they call like the hex for the color, and it's where it has like the hashtag and numbers and letters after it, and that's a specific color. So I can even ask it to give me some specific colors and take that and use that as my brand images. What I did right here is I just went to this one website right here, colors.co. Let me go ahead and add that to my notes. And let's give it a second. But what it is, it's pastel, like a palette generator, color generator, and it is going to help craft my colors for my brand. So um, I'm hitting the space bar and it switches up this color palette for me. So these are some nice colors. It's not bad. That's too much. I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip through this, pick me some colors, and then jump back in here. So again, I don't want to take too long. I'm gonna go with this that's on here right now because I'm like, I don't know what kind of vibe, I don't know. Going with like more of the pastel-y, naturey, natural colors. As you can see right here, you can click the lock button and it locks it into place, and then you can search the rest of them just by hitting the space bar and letting it rotate. So I locked a couple and kept hitting the bar until I found something somewhat of what I can go with, what I feel comfortable going with. And I can also hit save and save it as something there so that I have this and then I can clear it and get some others. But again, I don't want to take too long on this. So one thing I can do is I can copy, there it is, the hex. I can copy the hex, which is going to give me the color code, the specific color code. And I would just paste it in there. But you can also, from this website, you can export PDF, image, URL, all these different things. You can export that. So I'm going to see what this looks like from a PDF standpoint. And there it is right there. So that's cool. It gives all the images right there in the PDF. So that's good to have just in my files. What I would do is even put that into my Google Drive to have it all in one place. Like I said, I like to keep it everything together and organized. So to keep it with this brand, I would have a folder under this brand name, and I would drop everything that I'm collecting in that folder under that brand name. So it's still trying to open up. I'm not gonna wait on that, but what I will do is go ahead and grab all these codes and have those easily accessible for the next step. All right, so I've copied all of those codes into my note. I want to go ahead and exit out of this website, and I'm going to canva.com. Canva has so many different things that are going to be very useful and beneficial to you. I do have the pro account on my own account, but what I did is I just went ahead and set up under this Gmail just a basic profile, so you can all see. I went to canva.com and I clicked sign up, and now it's asking me what am I going to use this for. So I'll just go ahead and do small business. I could do personal, but um, it's just going to give me some different things that's going to pop up depending on what I pick. Here's Canva Pro right now. They're doing a 3-month with 50% off, which is a really good deal, especially if you're going to get it anyway. Canva Pro is the way to go, in my opinion. You can do like background removal, You get access to other images and videos and just a lot of different options and things like that. But yeah, so I did this under that Gmail account. And so now I'm logged in to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my profile photo and a banner. That's what we're doing here. So it's as easy as going to like social media to create some social media post. But I don't know if it's going to bring up profile photo first. Yeah, these are just regular posts here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in this search bar. Let's just say like Instagram profile. It'll populate itself. We're going to get a profile picture right here. And it's going to give us some templates. So you can search all kinds of things in that search bar, and it will give you templates that you can start with. And I get more into how to use templates and the best way to use this website in the Magical Makers Academy. Link in the description. So until then, this is moving slow. I'm sorry, you all. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I get a lot of tabs going on my MacBook Air, so it's not used to doing all of this at one time. But here are all these templates. We're not going to overcomplicate this. These are just some other ones, but really all people see is what's in the center of that circle. So I'm just going to click on this first one. And when you click on a template, it pops up this window and gives you other ones that are kind of like it or similar to it, depending on what template you pull up. So it does open it in a separate window. I already have a lot of tabs, so I like to keep it streamlined, close out of that first one, and just have this one open. So I'm going to let this load, and we're going to get right into it. All right, so now that that is loaded, I'm going to go over here to uploads, and I'm going to create a personal photo for the personal side of that Facebook page, and then I'm also going to just do a general photo that I will use on all of the social media for this brand. So let me go ahead and do the personal one real quick, and then I will show you how to do the brand one. Okay, so some of these features that I wanted to show you all are only available under the Pro account. One thing was on the home page, if you click to the side to brand, you can set up your brand kit, which this is very important to stay consistent. Okay, that's why I had the colors for the color palette and I copied the codes because I would put that in here. So whenever I create anything on Canva, I have that color palette that's there all the time, so I don't have to keep going back and finding that same color or off by a little or anything like that. It's all right there, and we're consistent. Same thing with the fonts. You can pick the certain fonts. We don't need a font for each one of these. 2 fonts that you like are good. So I would do a title font and a subtitle font and use those two and be consistent throughout all of my stuff. Again, this is a branding thing. This is your image. And this simplifies things so you don't have to overcomplicate it. You know, no matter what, you're using that font and those colors, no matter what. No here, no there. That's it. When I get into the Magical Makers Academy, I tell you even more about why you want to do that, why it's beneficial, and give you some tips to, again, streamline things and make it easier because you want to be consistent, right? You want this to be sustainable. So don't overcomplicate it. I'm telling you the information right now, please take it. But because this is the paid version, the pro version, when you see that crown, that means it's the pro or the paid version. I can't show you that right now. I'm going to do that in the Academy under my account so that everyone can see it from that point. But you can do your brand kit. You can do multiple brands as well, which is what I use for my kit because I also have clients that I do this for. And yeah, so I have their information in there, their colors, and so I can switch to that brand kit whenever I need to create under that account or under that profile. Because this is not the pro account, we can't do that. So we're going to go simple because I'm going to assume that you are just starting out. And so from here, I already did one image, but I just want to go ahead and show you again some simple basic things in Canva. We have the template that we had picked. What I did is I went to uploads right here, upload files, and then under my download folder, I had some images in there, and I just picked 2 of my photos. And what you can do is you just click and drag and drop into the space, the circle, and that's going to automatically fill that photo into that space. Now my computer's moving slow. I'm sorry, you all. Hopefully you can hear me well, but my computer is moving a little bit slow. I'm gonna give it a second to kind of catch up. But yes, so you drag and drop the photo into the circle and it pre-fills it. Now, if you had the pro version, once again, I could click this image and delete the background. So you would not see the grass and this driveway behind me. This is pretty funny photo. It looks like the camera's very up close, but what you do right here, because let's say I want to adjust it, move it up and down, or make it bigger or smaller, I just double click on that photo and it makes it so easy to just go straight to the crop option right here. Instead of having to click buttons and all this, we just double click and it moves it right there. So I can enlarge the photo if I want to enlarge it, and then I can move it and center it and move it wherever I want to move it and everything like that. When you click adjust, that adjusts, it can adjust the brightness. You can pick foreground or background and only adjust the foreground or background, or you can do the whole image. So there's a lot of capabilities in this one software. So I'm fine with that. I'm going to keep this really simple. Like, I'm not going to overcomplicate it. We just want to get this up and online. This video is already getting longer than I would like it to be because this stuff is just very simple. Again, one more 30 minutes in your day. So in an hour total, you have your profile set up with images ready to go. All you would need is content after that. So yeah, so here's a profile photo. If I want to change this color, I would actually change it to probably match like the blue in my jacket or something, or just stay on brand. But just so happens that one of my brand colors is like this blue. So it automatically catches colors that are in your image if you wanted to go that route for some things. And so I could just do like this blue right here. So, okay, I guess I got to give it a second. We're going to give it a second to populate. Okay, so the issue was the fact that that yellow with the highlight around the circle was actually behind this circle frame that's right there. So I had to move the frame out of the way and delete the background. And so I just want to show you what's happening here. I just moved it down, I clicked on the background, and I hit delete to delete that. But right now I just want to change that color. So I click the background, I'm clicking my background color, and I want to change it to that blue. And oh, there's my highlight still there. So then I'm just going to pull this back up and center it. So it does have guidelines. It'll put a line across this middle here and here, vertical and horizontally. So you can see if something is centered usually. It'll have that. So you just move it until it's centered, and there you have it. So I would go with this for my profile photo. For my brand, I'm just going to duplicate this image. I am going to find a photo or something in the Elements tab. This is where you can get graphics or photos or videos to use for your content or your images that we're creating here today. So I'm just going to type good vibes and see what comes up here. So it does give me some other words, some terms that I can click on if I can't really come up with it myself. So I see we have some graphics here. Let me see if I can drag this into here. If it's gonna, yeah, it's not gonna let me populate that as if it was an image, but I do like the good vibes. I do like that though. This is for photos, so I would have to pick a photo from here to fill into that spot. But I like the good vibes text, so what I'm gonna do is, let me see. I like the highlighted rounded edge, but you know, you gotta sacrifice some things. So what I'm gonna do is to keep that circle because that shows me my parameters. I am going to open this up to fill that space, and then I'm gonna delete that frame. So there's my line that's telling me if it's centered or not. There it is. So that's centered. I'm going to change the text to white. And if I want to, actually, I could just leave my photo there, but and just, just for something different. But this is a pro version graphic, so it has the watermark on there. So I wouldn't be able to use that, which sucks, but I feel like these colors are on brand for me. So I'm gonna recreate that in my pro. I do like the good vibes like that. But until then, I'm just gonna click this so that we can get this up and rolling. And I'm gonna size this, delete my photo, and then come back when that's completed. All right, so I just sized it right over my photo. I didn't even delete the photo, so it's allowing me to keep that haze around the outside, that blurred look. For some graphics, you are able to change the colors on them. You don't have to keep it the same, just as it is. So if I had my brain kit, I could actually adjust these colors to match my color specifically. Uh, but because I don't have that kit, I can't really do that. But what I can do, because I saved it in my notes, is I could just highlight the colors here and allow it to match the colors that I had in my brand palette, my color palette. Uh, I can't remember which colors are which compared to this, which is why that PDF is good to have. But what I would do is I would just click on the color that I want to change, and then it pops up this on top of the color. I would click on there, and then I would just paste the color code right there. But I'm actually okay with this. I don't really like the yellow tinted background that much. Um, so I'm just gonna like lighten that up a bit more. Uh, oh wait, I changed it. I don't want it to do with that. Okay, let me go back. Right here is the undo button. You will use that a lot. Okay, that's interesting. So the smiley face color, oh, it changed the smiley face color. I wasn't trying to change the smiley face. I don't know why it did that. Oh, because I was on that color. All right. So yeah, you click the color you want to change and then you change it. So now that I'm on the right one, we're gonna go over and I'm just gonna continue to lighten it up. I'm good with that. We're just gonna keep it simple, like I said. This is page 4, and that is important because when you go to share up here to download your images, you have a lot of options on ways to share and all kinds of stuff, but that's for another video to get into that. Right now, we're just going to download this one image. I usually keep it as PNG, but you can download JPEG, you can download PDF, and all these other options. Again, like it has so many things that you can do. But I'm going to keep it PNG. You can change the size, you can make the background transparent, but again, these are pro options. And then you can also select what pages you want to download. You don't have to download them all. Like I told you, I'd already did my profile image for that Facebook page I created. So I'm going to click off of all of the images. And I'm actually just going to do these two right here. Now, if I downloaded them separately, the image would save by itself. But because I'm downloading 2 at a time, or if you did multiple at a time, it's going to download it as a zip folder. And you would have to open the zip folder to access each individual image. So I'm just going to hit download. I'm going to let it download. It's going to be my download folder, which is here. And there we go. Now it's popping up. So what I do, because I'm on a Mac, I just click on there. It's got to give it a second for it to fully download, I guess. But it's going to be a zip folder right there. When I click on there, it's going to automatically unzip it for me. And all my images are going to be right there. There we go. So now that it's finished, now it is a zip folder. If I click on there, it's going to open it up in a window for me after it unzips it. So right now it's unzipping the folder. And basically what that is it's like it compresses the images into one one folder, one thing, one document, if you will. And then when you unzip it, it opens that up into an actual folder. So again, my computer is running slow. Usually this takes like 2 seconds for me. But I'm going to go ahead and pause this and then get back to it. Okay, so the folder opened up. I have them in my downloads folder now. What I'm going to also do, because I'm already in Canva and I'm already in the mode of creating right now, is to do my Facebook banner, which I can also use for my Twitter, but I may need to tweak the size. We will see. But I just typed in the search bar Facebook cover, and it comes up with these templates, and I've already picked a template, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this page and let it load. This template, I'm not even going to really adjust it. I'm actually just going to leave it like that for purposes of this video, and I'm already taking a while on this. So I'm just going to leave it just as it is. If I wanted to, I can change the text, and I could say Vibe Pick Studio or something of that sort. But I can also just leave it as it is and just download it like that. So um, actually, I'm going to go ahead and just put the brand name in there. I can't help myself but tweak it slightly. But I'm going to put the brand name in there. I'm going to download it, and then I'm going to go right over to Facebook and start uploading these images. All right, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and upload all of our images that we created onto our social platforms. So the platforms that you use, you do, depending on what you're using this for. Is it a business? Is it just your personal brand? That type of a thing would determine what platforms you use. So I am, because this is going to be just more for fun for me, just a brand. Um, it's not a business, at least not yet. um, I'm going to put it on different platforms. But depending on the audience that I'm targeting, if I have a business, I need to find out where my ideal audience lives. So, depending on my age group of my audience and what industry and different things like that, they may be on Facebook, but they're not on Twitter or TikTok. So, I'm not even going to do Twitter or TikTok, at least not to start. So usually it's suggested to only really do like 2, maybe 3 platforms at a time. Some would even say just do 1 to start. And I'm a big person on the 1 theory, especially when you can get easily overwhelmed and you aren't consistent with things. Stick to 1 for a period of time until you get consistent and comfortable with it, and then you expand. But 2, max 3 platforms, depending on your audience. As you can see, I have 4 that I have up. The Facebook is needed for like the Instagram, but I mean, it's not needed, but for me, just having that there and having that page that I can lead people to because I don't have a website set up is pretty much why I created this page. It's a business page to lead people to keep them off of one specific platform in itself. Because that's the risk that you take being in one place, especially if you don't have a website and you're not getting email leads, because if a platform goes down or you get blocked or deactivated, you no longer have those people. So that's why you have to capture their email, and that's why you need to lead them to certain places. So here's my page. I am going to, let me see. I need to switch over to the page view actually, and then I'm going to edit these and go ahead and put those photos in there. I'm actually going to do it on each one of my pages, and it's as simple as clicking the profile image and saying upload. So I'm going to let these pages load. So right here we have a camera, and it's going to give me the option to upload a profile photo as well as my cover photo. I would click right there for the cover photo. So I'm just going to click on it. We're going to go upload photo, and I'm going to select it from my downloads folder because that's where they are, where I saved it at from Canva. And inside of this folder is where the profile images are. So I'm just going to click one and upload it. Looks good, but I can also zoom in or out depending on the photo, but it was created to be in that space, and so it's already ready to go. So that's uploading. I'm going to go ahead and add the cover photo. We're going to upload photo here. And ideally, it would be on brand, but like I said, for time, um, I'm not adjusting the colors. I actually do like this image, and I may go more with this for the brand, actually, more of this futuristic, techie look. I do like that, so I may go more with that, and I would adjust my profile photo to match that, and I would also adjust my color palette to match that now that I have that vibe. So I'm actually going to use that when I go into the Magical Makers Academy and use this as my example throughout that. Yeah, that's going to be what my brand looks like. So if you're not in the Maker Academy, you can go to these pages because you know the name of it now and check it out and see where I'm at with these profiles. Go ahead, give it a like, give it a follow, like some of my images that I have up there. That would be awesome. And what would be more awesome is to join me in the Magical Makers Academy if you can. Link is in the description. And otherwise, follow me on these pages. Check out what I'm creating because it'd be pretty cool to kind of throw some stuff up here when I think about it. I don't know if I can be consistent with this because I have so many other pages that I actually work, but this is actually something that I am going to be incorporating into my life, and everything that I put in there, bringing more joy into life, um, finding what lights me up. That is a path that I am on right now. And so this is right on brand with an area of my life that I am in. I will also link my personal Instagram and TikTok and all of that in the description as well. If you're interested, I do have a personal brand. I'm called Alchementor online, and I do a lot of inner alchemy and yeah, holistic vibes there. But yeah, so here we go. I will adjust that image so that it is on brand because as you can see, it's off. Like if somebody came in here to be like, that's way off. I mean, cool, I get the vibes, but it's off. So that's why we want to stay consistent across all of the platforms. So I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. You can reposition, go up and down if you need to, but it looks good there. I'm just going to go to each one of my social platforms and update the profile image. And actually, I'm also going to drop in my bio into each one of those. I'm going to pick one of the bios, put it in there. But again, like I said, find me on these platforms so you can see what it looks like now whenever you watch this video. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video now. Hopefully, you all have gained some good insight from this if you're starting from the bottom. You're starting from scratch. Hopefully, this helps you out. And if you need more information, if you need anything, go ahead and hit me up. Like I said, all my information will be in the description box. Find the Magical Makers Academy. Come on now. You know the vibes. You can see the vibes. So coming to the Academy is going to have everything in there that you need to get going, to grow, and to make it sustainable because I'm all about automation and systems. That is a superpower of mine. And that is also why I'm creating these videos for you all because I need you to shine online. So I want to help you. So I'm using my gift and my skills to help you do just that. All right. So hopefully I will see you in the next video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. If you need any more videos like this for something specific, let me know. I'll create a video for you. Or maybe it's in the Magical Makers Academy. All right. Link is in the description. I will see y'all later. Y'all take care and continue to shine on.